Welcome back, everyone. I'm MTG Joe, and today I'm taking a break from the budget series, taking a break from Constructed, and I just want to brew. So, one of my favorite cards from the older standard a couple seasons ago when we had Amonkhet was the mono blue storm deck with Aetherflux Reservoir, playing a bunch of artifacts, getting tokens with Sai, and then bouncing them all with Paradoxical Outcome. We've gotten quite a few artifact cards, so I'm trying to avoid that Tezzeret infinite bounce combo. So want to play something a little bit different, probably blue-white around Sai Master Thopterist. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different. I was going to brew on the channel, we'll do it live on YouTube right now, and then I'll play a couple gameplay videos on the deck. So this deck here, I want to play around Sai Master Thopterist. So Sai, it rewards you for playing artifacts. Whenever you play an artifact, you get a 1/1 flying Thopter, and then you can sacrifice 2 artifacts to draw a card. So what I wanted to try first was a Sai Divine Visitation deck. So Divine Visitation pays off, so basically turning your Thopters into angels. So I thought that would be something fun to build around. In terms of artifacts, we can play some Mox Ambers because we have the legendaries. And then seeing what else we have. Let's do the big way. Actually, let me switch the view so we can see better. So what we want is a lot of cheap artifacts, ideally that cycle. So I like Fountain of Renewal because it gains us life. Navigator's Compass, maybe. Scrabbling Claws, maybe. So I'm just going to throw in a bunch of stuff, and then we'll edit it as we go along. Um, maybe 2 of these. Don't think we want any of this. Maybe for mana fixing, but don't think we really need it. Azer's Gateway, not that good in this deck. So Guild Globes, this is something interesting. So this fixes our mana, and it lets us draw a card when it comes into play. So that's perfect for the deck. We'll play a couple treasure maps, and I don't know if we want Chromatic Lantern. We'll probably put a package for the new Karn out of the sideboard. And there's a Battlefield Scry, not that interested in that. This will also draw cards. I was thinking as well, okay, so I want a couple of these, couple of these. So we'll figure out the sideboard like the Karn board after. So Ugin also makes stuff really cheap, which is interesting. So this is colorless, it's not an artifact worth noting. We'll play an Ugin. So let's play that, and we'll see what we want to cut. So what I was also thinking is, because we're playing such a density of non-creature, play a couple Saheelis, play some Dovin. So this makes Thopters, this makes Thopters. And then we can probably, what else do we want? We don't really have removal in the deck, which could be problematic. So if we look at Azorius, what do we have? So I'll put these in right now anyways, since we need the lands. So we can do something like Dovin Hand of Control. Mind you, we're going to gain a lot of life. There's also Baby Teferi, which isn't too bad. We can bounce our own artifacts, which can get more tokens. Karn can make Karn Structs. maybe we play something like that. There's also Time Wipe that's interesting. We could bounce. Maybe not play all the Teferis. We'll try this variation first, maybe. There's Tezzeret. I don't have the other Tezzeret. What's this one do? Draw a card, becomes an artifact, put one. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, remove a blue artifact, put the rest in the bottom of your library. So we can play one of these ones. So there's Master of the Bridge as well. So realistically, with the Guild Globe and with Navigator's Compass, we can splash for Tezzeret for free, which is actually pretty cool. We can try that out. Let's see what comes up when we type artifact. See if there's anything obvious we're missing. Spelling would help. So Smothering Tide. Smothering Tide would be cool with Tezzeret, but I don't think it does really enough. We have Cleansing Nova, we have Pankelian, we have Sai. That'll draw us a bunch of cards. Spell Swindle. Okay, so I don't think we're missing anything too notable. And surprisingly, 61 cards. That worked out a lot easier than I thought. Why is it giving us swamps? We don't want swamps. So because we're playing a lot of... Like, we could play some utility lands in this build. So I think we'd want... Maybe... So Blast Zone could be removal for us. And that puts it on creatures, don't really care. There's Mobilized District. There's Proliferate, which could also be pretty useful. Maybe a couple Karn's Bastions. Maybe a Void. Just as ways to kind of smooth out. And then maybe a couple Mobilized or Interplanar Beacon can help us splash here, because really with white, don't need that many basics in white. This can help gain us some more life, and maybe a Mobilized District, maybe 2 districts. I like having the creature option, just threat and planeswalkers. So let's see what this looks like curve-wise. So Scrabbling Claws, we're really just using this as a card cycle. Gains us life, fixes mana, gains us life, draws a card. So we have 2, 6, 8, 9. Okay, we got a pretty good density. These will all make tokens. Alright, so now we gotta go sideboard. What do we want in our sideboard? So here, play 1 Sentinel's Totem in case we need to exile their graveyards. I'm going to be playing this as a best of 1 deck, by the way. What do we want? Chaos one could be interesting. Are we playing Field of Ruin? Let's go down and play 2 Field of Ruin. Now we can bring in Crucible of the Worlds. This list will probably change as we play a couple games with it. We just really want to get a feel for it right now. So don't think we want Magister's Scepter. Don't think we want that. Icy Manipulator could have fringe cases. I guess we could I don't want Tome. We could play the Guardian combo, it's not much. Junk Troller might be useful just to tuck stuff. God Pharaoh's Statue. Meteor Golem. Where's the wand? Where's our wand? No, where's the one that... The one that turns it into 2/4? I think it's a goat. Exile. Target. What's that card called? Destroy. Could have sworn I had one. Am I going nuts? So, where are you? Where are you? It's a yak. Nope. Where are you? There's a lot of cards in Magic, unfortunately. Conquer's Galleon. It's driving me nuts. There's Helm. Wand, there it is. We don't have, I don't know if I want to craft it. It's fine. Thought I had some more of those. It might have been before the wipe. So otherwise, Diamond Mare might be useful. Just play it like this. I don't think it matters too much. Just in case against Super Friends. Just play it like that. Yeah, it's fine. We'll give it a shot. So, main board. Ox, thanks Patrick. So 23 lands is probably one too short. What do we want to cut? Cut a Scrabbling Claw. Yeah, let's try cutting a Scrabbling Claw and then just go up the plains. So we'll give this one a shot. And then we'll take it from there. Let's craft that. So, no clue how good or bad this is going to be. But we can give it a shot and play some best of one, see how we go. Before we get started, for those of you new to the channel or just tuning in for the first time, I'm MTG Joe. We play everything from Tier 1 to budget brews, jank, everything in between. Just finished a constructed series where we take an ultra budget Gruul deck, just uncommons and commons, mid budget, and then no budget. Did a write up that's on the Arena subreddit. If you haven't done so already, subscribing is a free and easy way to show your support, as well as if you're tuning in live, an easy way to kind of help out the channel is on the loots link in the chat. If you drop a comment there, it puts a little small advert. I'm still trying to see how it looks. If it's too intrusive, I'll get rid of them. But that's a way that just helps me get a little bit of monetization off the channel. I'm paying for everything on the channel out of pocket, so it just goes a little way to help out, just to keeping me full of wild cards, I guess, to keep brewing all these fun lists. But we'll give this one a shot. We usually come out with between 3 to 7 videos a week usually. Everything I play live is also replay on the YouTube channel. If I can't get to live, I'll usually do some offlines as well. If there's anything you're interested from a viewer standpoint, let me know. So funny we got both those. So treasure map can help clear out our draws. Karn can go get us stuff if need be. Ugin keeps our stuff cheap, so we'll give it a shot. So turn 1 elf. Oh, that's a cool audio. Okay, so this is the... Okay, so this is the mono green Tron list. So it's a ramp deck. So I'm going to put a stop in our upkeep. I want to try to hit a Sai if possible. Wayward Swordtooth. We'll let them draw some cards. They're ramping a lot. No more lands. Let's go to our draw step. Okay, so Dovin could be interesting, but let's just cycle this. So unfortunately, we don't get the option of looking at our sideboard.
And you can't stop nature.
I might actually... I think I'm just dead anyways. Yeah. Too slow this game. So I think what we might need to do is add some sweepers into this deck. So what do we get rid of? Dovin might be too cute. Do we want Settle or Cleansing Nova? Let's try that. I haven't really liked Time Wipe. It's a little bit more mana intensive. Might be right to play it instead, like to bounce our own. Okay, so we have Amber, Scrabbling Claws, Karn. Opponent goes first. His hand doesn't really do a lot, so I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, so this has Sai at least. This could be the gate stack, could be a couple other things. So here, just want to get some card quality. Triple Sai isn't the best. So if this is the gates, they do have a hard time dealing with Saheeli. So I think we play out Saheeli this turn. Gates generally has a hard time against Planeswalkers when they resolve. Like, they might be playing Prism Realms now. Okay, so they have the Ram. Not the best there. Missing the land drop, we really need to hit one. Just want to get to the Cleansing Nova turn. I'm going to block with Sai. It soaks up 4 damage. May need to go Esper in these colors. Esper would give us some options. Opponent's timing out here. Okay, so Claws isn't the worst. So it gives us some tokens. You need to exile a card, so that's a little awkward. Good to know. Gives us enough blockers to at least soak up some damage. This deck's lost a lot without Paradoxical Outcome. It's also probably worth us being more aggressive in terms of mauling towards like our fountains early. Opponent is taking their time here. Okay, so opponent probably had to step away. Since we're doing dailies, we'll take the win. Alright, so let's run this back. Hopefully we won't get mana screwed. Okay, so this hand looks a lot better. So I'm gonna hold the Mox Amber for now. They have Stitcher Splier, guess it's Black White Aristocrats. Here I just want to try to draw into another land. So really need to draw lands. They're not putting us under a huge amount of pressure, but okay. So we want one more land. We could drop a Karn and just let this one start digging for us. At this point, we're basically fogging our opponent. Okay, so they have the Wander. So this might actually be a Dreadhorde invasion. Get back all your 1-drops with some sort of sack outlet. We'll give it one more turn. Drawing triple. We got Karntron. They're not putting us under unusual amounts of pressure, so it's not too bad. Yeah, this will allow them to get.
There are two kinds of mages. Those who lose and me.
Okay, that's good. So here, want to take the Ugin next turn. We got Karn's Bastion. So we'll just hold off. Next turn we can minus, get Ugin, and then start making 2/2s to block. Gets us more card advantage that way as well. Even if they Dreadhorde at this point, it's not too bad. That's actually something we should try out though. Self-mill Aristocrat style. Eventually we will have to get the Wanderer off. Okay, so they got rid of one of Dreadhorde, so it's what we thought. So I'm gonna play Karn here. Tezzeret's also good. Could create a 1/1. Draw some cards, but I think we get Karn again. I want that Ugin. Because then Ugin makes everything else cost less. So then we can play out either another Karn, we can play out this Karn, go get stuff from the sideboard. So this game's going a lot better. Another Stitcher Supplier. Search your library for 2 cards. So they're chipping away at Karn.
You are only hurting yourself.
This just keeps getting us life. So let's see what we got with Karn first.
How convenient and excellent.
Saheeli would be good in future turns. So I'll play Ugin here.
I am ancient and wise. Heed my advice. Ether itself.
Cleansing Nova is actually pretty good too. Gonna hold the Mox Amber for now. Okay, so we'll take Karn off, but we'll just get Saheeli back. And I think we could kind of go off this turn. So play the land. Karn costs 2 mana.
I battle. Your patience is rewarded.
Get back Saheeli. Play Saheeli.
World yields off.
Play Mox Amber. Play Karn the Great Creator. Alright, we're Troning now.
I will fight.
What do we want out of the sideboard? Thematic Compass. No. Meteor Golem. We can blow up the Wanderer and then start making Karn structs. Can just God Pharaohs them. Let's get Meteor Golem. Because then we can copy Meteor Golem with Saheeli. Ooh, okay.
Multiverse obeys.
I like what we're doing. So we'll just end the turn here. Sorry, just wanted to get a snapshot. This deck's pretty sweet. So they're going after Karn. So I want to keep this stuff back. They have Plague Crafter, they have Masker Girl. So Masker Girl's the way they beat us, so that's something worth noting. I'm gonna blow up the Wanderer this turn. I think if they have Dreadhorde, they win. I want to play Tezzeret though, and then we just combo. Nice.
Until you have lived as a statue, do not talk to me of pigeons.
They all see each other, those die. I think they have enough. This deck's sweet. "39 triggers? Okay. Well, if we're gonna lose, that's the way I wanted to lose. We're gonna build that deck for sure. That one was awesome. Man, I wish there was a way to like request the list. So it's just playing a bunch of Afterlife stuff. You play the Mausoleum card. Into Compass, Divine Visitation. Yeah, we'll try this out. I'm gonna hold this back for the Saheeli turn. Just pass the turn. Let's get rid of Karn's Bastion. So we want double blue. No, that's not what I want to do. Just play out Saheeli here.
Challenge you want, then a
Okay.
challenge you'll get.
Opponent doesn't want to play against us. Welcome for those who are joining live. We're playing a Sai Artifact Super Friends deck, basically looking to abuse artifacts. We have the Dominaria Karn, we have the new Karn, we have a best of one sideboard, we're playing Mox Amber. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Scrabbling Claws on one, Treasure I might actually... gonna hold the claws for now. No sense of shocking ourselves till we know what we're playing against. So I'm putting a stop on my upkeep. I want to try to dig for like a Sai or something. Getting this down against the counterspell deck. This is the Super Friends list. So we will try to get an Immortal Sun. Do we want... Nah, I think... Okay, so we have our way to get the Immortal Sun. So, I think we're just going to try to naturally draw into the land here. If we miss, then we can scratch. This is the Esper Super Friends list. So, of note... Okay, perfect. Do we play out this Karn? I think we play out this Karn first. Just in case they countered it, this one's more important in this matchup.
Are you certain of your decision?
Because we can still win through Saheeli, like the passive ability doesn't get shut off by the Immortal Sun. We still have Sai. Field of Ruins also good to taking him off a color. Ah, that doesn't work the way I thought it would. So they blink of an eye. So we're gonna set an upkeep stop here. I want a Sai or a Saheeli. That's neither. So they've seen the field. Let's play out the Karn again. You have a counter. You have Vraska's Contempt. Okay, so this version's a lot more controlling. Most of them did not play this level.
If you show remorse, I'll show restraint. Time is much more malleable than people think.
Okay, so they're tucking our treasure map, which sucks. Here.
I would like to, my friends. My greed is my mission.
It's a little aggressive, but I think let's try it. I'm just gonna hold this for now. This exiles. Okay, so they have their own Karn, so we'll see what they get.
I am Karn. I am not frightened by you.
Okay, so they got Meteor Golem, so that will blow up the Immortal Sun.
Let's skip to the good part.
I do not feel pain.
Then I have another Fibble Tip. It's unfortunate there's no colorless. Well, I guess we could have played. We don't play. What's it called? I don't have the Pithy Needle one. Sorceress Spy class. Here. we just
worse
go
than twice of you.
digging?
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Why is this card doesn't actually work? Oh. No, oh, they got their own Karn. In that case, this is very awkward mirror. What's our biggest power?
Allow me to introduce
Okay,
you
so
to
we messed that up. That was an error on my part.
Hold that thought.
We could have attacked into Teferi. It's an important lesson on reading your cards.
Offensa.
They get Sorcerer's Spyglass here. I'm just being kind of picky with some of the wild cards that we don't have those Spyglass. So they are missing a land. I think we just go offensive. Start minusing Karn. So very weird. Callous Dismissal.
Our actions determine the course.
Let's keep digging.
I'll make use of that later.
They're gonna give us a Karn. Do we want to blow up one of their lands? Probably do it on the end step. Or do it on upkeep. Probably should have got Crucible. We could have just landlocked them. Just keep recycling Field of Ruin. Take them off all but 2 lines. Yeah, Jin, he shut off his own Karn, but I think at this point he's done the damage. Meteor Golem is a clean answer to the Immortal Sun. And I don't want to use this to blow up Sorcerer's Spyglass because wipes our board. So he does have Meteor Golem mana up now.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
So opponent's playing similar
This
idea
battle
to
for
us,
your
which is
record
actually
of
pretty
bad
funny.
decisions. What hurts them heartens me.
Yeah, Jin, this has been a little bit awkward. We've never really wanted to cast this. Like, we're not playing Fibblethip, so it kind of loses its effectiveness. It's really just Saheeli and Sai that gets
Please stop.
boost off it. I'll probably cut this. I think we want some more early interaction. Maybe something like Blink of an Eye. Okay, so we got Sai. It's a good start.
You may regret that choice.
So here, let's play Sai. Just play treasure map. Mox Hammer doesn't really do anything. What did we get? So Divine Visitation, something I'd ideally like to get. That might be our way to actually get some points through. Yeah, I think Blink's a very flexible option for us. It does have the cycle ability as well. Insight, so they're just getting rid of their Karns. So I think if we can get a turn, get Divine Visitation down, that forces them. Here, let's just sacrifice the claws. Why isn't this working? Oh, sacrifice 2 artifacts. Yeah, Amber's not going to do anything. Cycle for land. So ideally here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So not enough for both.
It's the small things that matter.
Opponent will poke through. Burial Bouncer token.
Slow this down.
That's more like it.
That gets Karn down, so
No time for a break.
I think what we're gonna have to do is force our opponent's hand, get him to overextend, and then we'll Cleansing Nova. Teferi's coming close to ultimating. We're not really applying any pressure. At this point, too. Oh, they went for us, so they're not respecting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. We can, if we draw like a 1-drop artifact, we can make a 4/4 angel. So it's an option there. Opponent's at 31 cards. As long as Teferi's there, we're in trouble. Oh, so just naturally draw Divine Visitation. So let's go Fountain of Renewal.
What was lost is now returned.
So cast Divine Visitation. Probably should have done this before Karning, in case they have a counter. But if they have a counter, I think we're dead. This is kind of our one shot. Yeah. So we'll call it quits on that one. So here, let's take out the opal, the ambers, because they sucked. What do we want? What's good that's historic? Return, that doesn't really do much. That's kind of the mill. Let's just play the Blink of an Ice. Let's do one more. Yeah, thanks, Jin. We switched it for Blink of an Eye. There's the Mirari conjecture, but I don't think we have enough density in this deck. Like, we used to have the Swan, and there used to be a couple other good cards. We'll keep this hand. So here... I might actually hold these for the turn we get Sai down. Especially against mono white. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Resplendent Angel, so we can blink it if need be. That was actually a really good draw. So this curve works out pretty well because we're gonna gain 3 life here. This looks like mono white life gain. 2 lands away from the Resplendent Angel pump. So Donna Hope can draw them some cards. So here, start getting some Thopters. I'm actually gonna go Mobilized District here so we can scry. We'll do it on their end step just so we have all the information. No attacks. I'm gonna take this 3 damage. I'd rather keep the Thopters if we can try to multi-block. I think we want to scry on top as well. It's an odd play from them. You'd think just trading this, because then you would have guaranteed getting... Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, Jin. We'll blink. Once he pumps 6 mana into it, might get him to also overextend. Ugin's good. So we don't need the scry on top. That's a clean answer to Resplendent Angel. So we'll just pass the turn here. No, thank you. And that's great value for us, and an untapped land. Karn's Bastion's pretty good for us as well.
I came into being long before.
And a backup Ugin, just in case this one dies. I think we're in a really good spot here. that's awful. That is awful. So we need another blink that makes this a lot worse. And they got the Resplendent Angel back. So we got the upkeep. This Field of Ruin's not going to do anything. No more lands, please. Put a land more, then if there are 3 more. Okay, we can block at least a couple turns. Want the upkeep trigger again. Let me know if you guys think this ad's like really intrusive. I think it only goes for a couple seconds and then it gets rid, but I didn't realize they'd be this big. So they're gonna pump this now. So I'm actually gonna block and then activate so they don't gain the life. Sack and sack. It's a good way to kind of shut them off the angel. So Divine Visitation's good. And then we can do that exact same play. This is considered colorless. Man, they just got all the bindings for us. Well, our opponent's on, you're not allowed to have nice things. So we'll go to my turn. Gain some life. Tez is pretty nice. So let's draw a card first. Search your library for a permanent put on the battlefield. So we can go threaten for that ability. We can also draw a bunch of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Do you really think you can keep up with
So
me?
this will allow us to kind of spam the board with blockers. Another land's not where we want to be. They got the hawk. Pride made something a little scary too. So here, we block, sack both of them, they don't gain the life. Alright, we got Karn. Want to keep Bastion open in case you want to proliferate. Let's go get a Meteor Golem. Yeah, opponent concedes. Pretty sweet game. Alright guys and gals, I'm gonna call it a quits for the night. This full gameplay video for those tuned in halfway through will be up tomorrow evening. I just gotta do some edits and stuff on it. Anyways, thanks for those who tuned in live as always. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe. Free and easy way to show your support. Have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks.